Okay, welcome to the Dude Podcast, episode 69. This is the NBA basketball edition episode. We're talking end of season. This is the season ended today. We're talking NBA playoffs and we're talking NBA playing games. Playing games are now set. So let's get into it. First off, Jaden Williams going Andy Bernard
What an
punching the
idiot.
wall, breaking
Yeah.
his hand.
Yeah, there's lots of punches being thrown in during the game.
Yeah, Rudy Gobert throwing heaters at what's his name?
Kyle
What I
Anderson,
can't.
slow mo.
Kyle Anderson. Yeah,
I did like that. Why is that? Like that guy's been like. This is so funny that guy's in the league. But anyways, yeah, that was so funny.
Woj like tweeted out the whole situation. It was
Yeah,
Kyle Anderson was like, "Hey, why don't you get a block?" And Rudy Gobert was like, "Hey, why don't you get a freaking rebound?"
yeah,
And then he was like, "I'll f you up, bitch," you know.
yeah, yeah. And
And
then
then
he
Rudy's
punched
like,
him
"No."
a little soft, like just like the
And then
fakest,
he
like
like
yeah.
backpedals.
Yeah, and it wasn't even like he got pulled away. Like he legit like ran away.
Yeah.
And then the team sent him home. But apparently he was, did you see he was in the locker room at halftime? And Kyle Anderson said he would kick his A. He said, like, to his face. He's like, dude, shut up. Like, and it's just so funny. And then Rudy tweeted out after. Did you see Rudy's tweet?
No, what did he say?
Let me pull it up because it was such like a fake, like, okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here it is. Emotions got the best of me today. I should not have reacted the way I did, regardless of what was said. I want to apologize to the fans, the organization, and particularly to Kyle, who is someone that I truly love and respect as a teammate. Such like a fake apology. Like that's I do like don't tweet at the dude, call him or find him tomorrow and say you're sorry. Yeah, it's just the team's in shambles right now. They're the 8 seed,
Yeah.
having to play the Lakers. Like it's their season's over.
The general manager for the T Wolves is probably going to lose his job.
Hmm.
Gave up 4 future first round picks for Rudy Gobert. Hasn't
Yeah.
worked. Hasn't even been, hasn't even gotten close to working.
Uh-uh.
Uh, and I think when the news came out that the Minnesota Timberwolves traded 4 picks for them, I think the whole NBA world kind of was like,
Wait, what?
"Wait, what?" Yep.
Yeah, dude.
And I think it ended up exactly the way I think we all thought it would.
Yep.
Rudy Gobert
100%.
is a great defender, but other than that, again, just not a ton of value there. Just you're getting just an elite defender,
Yeah.
if that.
I'm look
Offensively, not there.
I'm looking up his I want to look up his like
Locker room,
he's a joke. I'm looking up his stats. I'm looking up his stats right now. I want to compare them. So just to give you an idea, so Walker Kessler was one of the trades. So he had been drafted then on draft night, and then they traded him to Utah. He averaged 2.3 blocks a game. Okay. The rookie, who's number 3 in rookie of the year votes right now. And Rudy averaged 1.4. Wasn't Rudy a defensive back-to-back defensive player of the year because of his blocks? Like it is not working out. Not working out. And it is
it's not working out.
wild. It is wild that they
Yep.
traded that much. So he's averaging how many points? 13.6 points, 11.8 rebounds, and 1.4 blocks compared to Walker Kessler, who's averaging. I just like that. I like this comparison because compared to Walker Kessler, who's averaging 9 points, 8 rebounds, but 2.5 blocks. So
Yeah.
pretty crazy. It's and we've been very adamant that we are not big Rudy guys.
Hate to see it. You just hate
Yeah.
to see it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the Timberwolves aren't the only team that's on the hot seat. There is a quote coming from Damian Lillard.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have much of an appetite for building with guys 2 and 3 years away and not really go after it.
Yeah.
Do you think the Portland Trailblazers move on from Damian Lillard? Like, do you
I
feel
think
like they shop him?
I think Damian Lillard moves on from the Trailblazers. You know what I
I
mean?
just have such a hard time seeing that happen. I don't know.
Ah, I know, but there's been a lot of quotes coming out recently. Like he's been on podcasts being like, I don't want to build. I'm here to win a championship. Like I'm not trying to build and win a championship in 6 years. Like I want to win now. And dude, if he stays there, like it's a joke. So I
Okay,
it's gonna be really hard for them to shop him, but who knows?
so when I saw this, I know I'm a homer. I'm from Phoenix,
Oh
big
my
Suns
gosh.
fan. Okay, I'm just telling you,
I
Chris
know.
Paul's contract is voidable next year.
Yeah.
You could bring Damian Lillard on.
That'd be sick. Him, D Book, and KD.
I'm
That's a
just
super
saying,
team.
like that's a possibility.
That'd be
But
wild.
you couldn't trade for him.
No, yeah.
And so it's not yeah.
Do you think he knows like, okay, I could leave next year. I just gotta suck it up one more season. You know what I mean? Oh, that's gotta
Yeah.
suck as a player knowing that.
So
But yeah, I know he's from Oakland. Um, I don't think he's gonna go to the Warriors. I
no.
know he played his college ball at Weaver State. I don't think he's going to Utah because Utah's in a rebuild. Um, so it's just tough. It's tough to know like where he would, because he's later in his career. Players like that want to go places where they're either have family, where they have ties to. It's just tough to see him go into either one of those two teams. So, Phoenix would be sick. Freaking,
Yep.
I would okay. I would love for him to be in Boston. I think him in Boston would be sick. I think that there was talks of Jaylen Brown getting traded for him.
Mm,
Probably him and probably like one other player and a pick. But I mean, that's a that might
yeah.
be sick. That might be good in Boston. So
Yeah.
it's
Him
just
in
tough
Boston would be
because
sweet.
yeah, it's just tough because like Marcus Smart's there too, and I don't think they would want to get rid of Marcus Smart, but they also shop him every single offseason, so you never know.
What do you think about like the Clippers or the Lakers? Like
I hate that. I hate even thinking about the Lakers getting better, but I could see it happening. I could see him wanting to
yeah.
go to like a big market because he's in Portland. That's like they are the only pro team there. So other than the Timbers, which is an MLS team. So yeah, I mean Lakers would be pretty sick. That'd be a solid team. But
When does his contract end? Let me look this.
um yeah,
Anyways, can you look that up? We're just gonna
yeah,
keep going.
yep. I will look it up.
Um, okay. But while we're on the topic, we're gonna go through our top three most disappointing teams of the year.
Yep.
Um, and spoiler,
We
Portland
want
is up there.
Yeah, oh yeah, 100%. And 2025, he's an unrestricted free agent.
Yes.
So he's
So you
got,
have to trade for him.
yeah, you'd have to
You
trade for
gotta
him.
trade for him.
Sucks.
So the Suns are out.
Yeah, yeah.
Suns are
That's
out.
too bad.
Celtics could make that happen.
Yeah.
Definitely. I would say the Lakers are probably out unless you get rid of like AD.
And his base salary is 40. Oh my gosh. Next year, 45.6 million. The following year, 48.7 million.
So
So
you're gonna
he's
probably have to pay the luxury tax.
exactly. Yep. So it's gonna take a lot. So it's gonna take a team going all in. So
Yep.
it's tough.
It'll be interesting. I have a hard time seeing Damian Lillard leaving. I would
Mm.
see Portland, making big time moves instead of, um, trading Damian away. But
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't want Damian Lillard? He's so awesome.
Dame time,
He's
man.
so awesome. Okay,
Yeah.
but let's get into our top three most disappointing teams of the year.
Yeah.
Let's start at number three and work our way down. Do you want to start or do you want me to start? I'll let you choose.
Um, you start.
Yep. So, why this works out so great because my number three is Portland. You know,
Yeah.
I saw Portland this year making a fight towards a playing game. If anything, a sixth seed. And they started off, they were in the top three in the West for a good month or so in the
Yeah.
beginning of the year,
Yep.
and then they just took a left turn,
Yeah.
finishing the season out with 33 wins. That's a huge disappointment.
Yeah.
You can see the frustration in Damian Lillard. You can tell that organization is just kind of hitting a wall over and over again. Yeah, super disappointing for them. We want the best for Damian Lillard. We want to see more Damian Lillard. I think that's why we're not getting that, and I think
Mhm.
that's where my major disappointment comes from. So
Okay.
Portland Trailblazers number three for me.
Okay. My number three is the Orlando Magic.
Okay.
Got a lot of young talent. Paolo Banchero goes there. I just felt like that team they have good talent. They got Cole Anthony, they got Jalen Suggs, they have the Wagner brothers. I just felt like that team or they have Markel Fultz. Like they have a lot of talent there, but they just could not string together enough wins. Like that team, I felt like could always battle every single night and scratch out a win. Like Paolo Banchero's a runaway rookie of the year. Um, it just sucks that he's on the Magic, who finished they were 34-48. Finished the season they won their last game of the season, but it doesn't really matter. They're 31 games back in the freaking East. This was just crazy. Um, yeah, I just felt like, and actually, I'm pretty sure we did some like hot takes on the NBA like maybe 2 months ago, and I said I thought the Magic were gonna make the playoffs. So, because
Whoa.
they were on a hot streak, and I had a feeling they might make it, and they very, very, very much did not make it, and they disappointed me. So, I think that team is on the up and up, but I thought it was going to be this year was a little bit better. Like I didn't think they were going to be a top 8 seed, but I could see them making a play in. So, but they
Okay.
didn't. So
Yeah.
that's my number three.
All right. Number two for me is the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Started the season above 500, 42 and 40. Right now, the eighth seed. We're talking Sunday before the play-in game, so it's looking like they'll play the Lakers on Tuesday night. And to make it a little fun, we're gonna do a little guess the spread.
Oh,
All
okay.
right, guess
Oh
the
man.
spread for Tuesday night, Lakers Timberwolves.
I'm gonna say Lakers -9.5.
Okay, Lakers minus 6.5.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
Wow.
a little bit more respect on the Timberwolves. I think your number is spot on. I think
Yeah.
they're a hot mess. They're a dumpster fire.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Well, they just
the
lost Jaden
Lakers are
McDaniels. Like
hot.
he broke his hand.
Yeah,
What? Yeah, I mean,
yeah, dude. Uh,
wild.
Rudy Gobert obviously is not fitting in well, and Cat and Anthony Edwards. It's just not enough. You
Mhm.
have, you know, Cat. Cat is so underrated, man. I feel like people don't talk about him. Maybe it's because his
Yeah.
personality or his vibe that gets pushed off when he's playing because he is
Yeah.
kind of annoying, I guess. But man, he's so good. Anthony Edwards is an up and coming superstar. That guy
Yeah.
is so fun to watch.
Yeah.
And they made a massive trade to get Rudy Gobert, and they are eighth. And the other thing is that the West Coast, the Western Conference, like it's not like Phoenix had an amazing year. It's not like the Clippers had an amazing year.
Yeah.
Golden State didn't have an amazing year. Freaking Memphis was out, didn't have John Morant for it feels like half the season.
Yep.
Uh and and you're the eighth seed. It's just, it's disappointing for sure.
Yeah. No, yeah, 100%. Um, you want me to go my number two?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna go the Pelicans. Um, I know they've been without Zion, but I think that kind of adds to my disappointment.
Yeah.
Um, because this is every year. It's been every year. It's been when's Zion gonna come back? You know, um, did they drop the ball on something? Like, what's happening down there? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's a freak athlete, and he comes back. Didn't he come back for a second and they got hurt again or something like that? I can't even
Yeah.
remember. Like, it
Yes.
was like such a short amount of time that he came back for and then gets hurt again. Like, is it like the medical staff that's not doing well, doing their job well enough? But then you have freaking Brandon Ingram down there. You have CJ McCollum down there, and they're 42 and 40. You can't string together more wins than that. Like, I I had very high hopes for the Pelicans, and they were at the top at the beginning of the season too with the Trailblazers. Um, I had a lot higher hopes for them. And now they have to play the Thunder to even have a chance to play the loser of the Lakers Timberwolves game. So, um, I could see them losing to the Thunder, honestly.
Wow.
Like, I could see the Thunder winning. Like, the Thunder put up freaking points, dude.
Yeah.
They put up points. So if the Thunder can outscore them, obviously you have to outscore the other team to win. But um, yeah, I don't know. Pelicans just like I was super pumped for that team.
Yeah. And Zion was looking amazing in the beginning of the year. And
Yeah.
then you get that alert that says Zion will, till further notice Zion is out. And you're like, what?
Yeah, and it honestly comes at zero shock though. Like I'm like, well, I feel
No,
like it's
yeah, like the no timetable return. It's like
yeah,
makes you roll your eyes.
he's out indefinitely. Like, okay, well he's out for the season. Yeah, it's too bad. But
Brandon Ingram's been balling. CJ McCollum's
mm-hmm.
a walking bucket.
Yeah.
Zion fits right in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it sucks. That's
Yeah,
a
it
good one.
sucks.
That's a good one.
All right, dude.
Okay,
Who's
you
who's
ready
number
for my
one?
number one?
I have a feeling we might have the same one. Maybe.
It's your boyfriend,
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that because that's mine, man. That's mine.
Luca.
Yeah, just Luca's the disappointment.
We've learned he's not a leader.
Yeah.
Trade for Kyrie, make a huge splash. Doesn't work out. Ends up not even playing. They have a chance to get into the playoffs, and they sit Luca and Kyrie.
Wild.
That's so dumb. Like,
The league's investigating them actually.
oh, really?
They're looking into that. They're looking into possibly tanking, basically.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wild, dude.
So,
Just Dallas is just a mess.
so you go from beating the Suns, Game 7,
Yeah,
playing in the Western Conference Finals, losing to the Warriors, who end up winning it all.
yeah,
And you have high hopes. Luke, again, I feel
yeah,
like every year Luka's like the favorite to win the MVP and blah, blah, blah. He's the darling of the NBA. It's fine. He's the Justin Herbert of the NBA. He's also the biggest crybaby. And we've learned through what's is it Hardaway? What's his name?
Who?
Someone's dad was like, yeah, Tim Hardaway
Oh, yeah,
Jr.'s
Tim Hardaway.
dad
Yeah,
came out and like was commenting on Luca and Kyrie and came out and was like, they're not leaders, blah blah blah.
yeah,
And I mean, you just hate to see it. You just hate to see it.
yeah,
Dallas is going to Cancun rather than the playoffs, punching their ticket early to Cancun. Don't feel bad at all.
yeah,
Devin Booker gets the most of it. That picture of Lucas smiling at Devin Booker. And at the end of the game, when the Suns beat the Mavericks at the last shot,
yeah.
Luca's getting a little pouty with Booker. You know, I think we all know who the better player is now. I think we all know who the better team is now. We can
Yeah.
stop with the whole Phoenix Sun Maverick slander. So
Yep.
sucks to suck, Dallas. Sucks to suck.
Yeah. Yeah. Mine's the exact same team. Like I think everybody's team, most disappointing team is the Mavs. They had a 96% chance to make the playoffs when they traded for Kyrie. Now they're out. That is insane. I would have bet my life that the Mavericks are making the playoffs. Like, do they trade for Kyrie? And I know we've talked like Kyrie kind of is like a walking like cancer to a team, whoever he's on.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say this right now. I don't know if he was the entire problem. I think the front office might be the issue there. I think Mark Cuban being so hands-on, probably just like that's a turnoff for a player like Kyrie. Like
Yeah.
Kyrie refused his exit interview with them today. Like
A lot of a
go
lot of
ahead.
people are speculating that he is going to go to Phoenix or the Lakers.
Dude, you do not want him in Phoenix.
I know. No, you've already tried it. You've already seen it. I
You do
know.
not want him there. Like, dude, and
I
you
know.
don't want him back paired up with KD. Dude, he's going to the Lakers or he's going to the Clippers. That's what's gonna happen. He's gonna go to LA either way, whatever team. And it just blows my mind that that team missed the playoffs. Like, I think Luca actually played the first quarter and then they shut him down. Did you see
Yeah.
that? I think he
Yeah.
played and then they shut him down. I don't think Kyrie played at all, but I think they were like 6 and like 17 with Kyrie on the team.
Dude, so who's a worse teammate? Rudy Gobert or Kyrie Irving?
I Kyrie, honestly. Because I've witnessed it, dude. I witnessed it in Boston.
Oh, man.
He was in Boston, standing mid-court. If you'll have me next season, I would love to be here. 3 months later, he is absolutely dogging the Celtics, just running them through the freaking mud and saying he wants out, he hates it there. And then he's in Brooklyn and he's burning freaking sage at TD Garden. Like it's like, dude, what an idiot. I have a Kyrie Irving Celtics shirt and I want to burn it. Should we burn it? Let's burn it for some content.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. But
All right. Um,
yeah, Mavs, man.
disappointing. Mavs for sure the most disappointing team. So
Yeah.
okay, let's get into some play-in games. We got our play-in games on Tuesday. Heat or Hawks at Heat.
Yep.
That's our first game, and then we'll have Timberwolves at Lakers. Go ahead and guess the spread. Hawks at Heat.
I'm gonna go Heat -2.5.
Miami -4.5.
Really? Okay.
So,
I mean,
like the Heat.
Boston did beat Atlanta today with all their backups, so that might.
I love the over in that game.
Oh, you do? I think you bet
Yeah,
the
I know
under
the Heat.
every single time the Heat play.
Really?
Dude, the Heat suck, man. They can't score points, but Atlanta does score a lot. So
I feel like Atlanta scores a lot,
okay,
and I think the Heat are going to have to keep up. And so I'm gonna go.
that's
I'm gonna go
tough.
the over in that game. But
Okay,
and then where I did the Timberwolves Lakers spread
yeah,
Lakers -6.5. Wednesday we got Bulls at Raptors. Go
yeah.
ahead. Let's guess the spread on that one, Ev.
This is the most boring game I think I'm ever gonna watch. Doesn't excite me at all. So I think it's at Raptors, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna say Raptors -3.5.
Raptors -4.5. They're all sitting there on that
Was
freaking
so
four and a
close to
half.
say 4.5. Yeah, it's just such a stupid line.
Next game, Thunder at Pelicans.
I mean, it's got to be Pelicans like -2.5, 3.5.
Pelicans -5.
Oh, really? It's just straight up. Don't
So
like that. I actually really like
the
OKC
Thunder.
freaking +5 there.
I love the Bulls winning that game.
Yeah.
I think the
Dude,
Bulls
Toronto,
are.
Toronto very easily could have been one of my most disappointing teams.
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
they have been very disappointing. Pascal Siakam was like top 5 in preseason MVP odds, and they have not done anything.
I might do a couple. I might do a parlay. Heat money line, Lakers money line, Bulls Thunder money line. That might not
Okay,
be a bad one. So,
yeah, probably get some good odds there.
okay, let's talk about our opening rounds. It looks
Yeah,
like we still don't know who Denver and Memphis will play, so we'll start with Sacramento in the West. Sacramento will be hosting the Golden State Warriors. Who you like in this one? Who you got moving on?
I'm gonna tip the cap to Sacramento on a great regular season, but they are going to get destroyed by the Warriors. That's what's gonna happen.
No.
Um,
How
Sacramento's
sad would it
got
be if they
zero
don't light the
chance.
beam once? What if they don't light the beam
I
once?
bet they light the beam once. I bet they light the beam once. Maybe game 2. I think Golden State. Who knows? Actually, Golden State might win every single game. That
Yeah,
sucks,
dude.
man. That
Dude, they literally
sucks.
had the same team that they won the championship with.
Yeah, yeah, I know. And like Wiggins is coming back, and it was a personal thing. It wasn't even an injury, so he hasn't been hurt. Um, yeah, they literally have the same exact team,
Yes.
except DiVincenzo is new, right?
Yeah, but they traded for Gary Payton
Yeah,
Jr.
he
Like
left
he's
for like
back.
2 minutes and freaking got him back. Like, yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's gotta suck as the Kings, knowing that that's the worst match. No one wants to play the Warriors. So I'm taking Warriors in whatever the minimum games is.
Yeah.
Like,
You want to guess the spread real quick for
yeah,
Saturday? Or I think
yeah.
it actually plays Sunday.
They play Sunday.
Okay. Nope, they play Saturday. Sorry. Saturday night, guess the spread.
I'm gonna say I hate like I feel like the Kings are going to be favored just because they're at home. I'm going to go like Kings -1.5.
Yeah, Kings -1.
Okay. Yeah, it's
So
close. Like freaking if the money line on the Warriors isn't good enough for you, take the spread. Take the plus
for
one.
sure. Next we got Clippers at Suns. That will be on Sunday.
Yeah.
This will be another really good series. Who you got in this one?
I got the Suns. I got the Suns in the series. I think it might go deep in the series, but I think the Suns get it done.
It's going to come down to how quick we're back.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'm sure he'll play game one. I don't see, I guess I'd be surprised if he doesn't.
Yeah.
You want to guess the spread? Let's do guess the spread. Clippers at Suns.
Suns -3.5.
Suns -7.
What?
I know.
7.
So I think that's without Paul George. I
Yeah,
think they're
that's
thinking Paul George won't play.
yeah, 100%. Like you got PG-13 and freaking Kawhi on the floor, and they're giving him 7 points. I would
Yep.
take it. Take it now. I think the Suns win the game, but take that +7 just in case freaking Paul George plays.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think the Suns get it
Okay.
done. I think you are in agreement that they get it done this series.
Yeah, I am in agreement.
Yeah, we yeah,
And
we knew that one.
not gonna lie, this whole line, like the Western Conference lineup, works out great for
Hmm.
for the Suns because
Yeah.
they'll play the winner of most likely Minnesota, New Orleans against
Yep.
Denver, and I see Denver moving on, and so
Yeah.
they're gonna play Denver round two, which has Phoenix has not had a problem with Denver the last couple of years at all. So
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be a good series, but I see Phoenix taking down Denver to make it to the Western Conference Finals,
Okay.
in which the Golden State, they're going to have to go through Sacramento,
Which they will.
and then the Lakers will probably play Memphis. So they'll then have to go through either the Lakers or the Grizzlies.
That's a tough one.
And so I think the Suns, things are looking good for Phoenix, but again, the Suns probably will do Suns things and just not make it happen. They
Yeah,
got
that's tough.
they got beat by the Mavericks last year, so that's cool.
That was a sad
Okay.
game.
Okay, let's move over to the Eastern Conference.
Yep.
Nets at 76ers Saturday. Guess the spread.
I you gotta go Sixers minus like 6.5 or 7.5.
Sixers -8.
Okay. Yeah.
Man, they're juicing all these. These all
Yeah.
seem just a little high.
Yeah. I think Philly wins that game, but I don't know if they win by 8.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yep.
But the series overall, I'm taking Philly.
Yeah.
Just
I
because
think.
the Nets are young and
Yeah.
who even freaking knows who's on that team other than Mikal Bridges and Dinwiddie?
And Cam Johnson, excuse
And
me.
oh, isn't Ben Simmons still there?
Yeah, Ben Simmons is still there
He might
on
be
the
the
bench.
disappointment of the world.
Yeah.
He's so bad, dude.
Okay, let's go to probably the most exciting series of all the series coming up. Knicks at Cavs. This
Yeah.
is going to be awesome. Knicks going to Cleveland for game one. Guess the spread.
Cleveland minus 2.5.
Cleveland -6.
They're giving him 6 points.
Is that so dumb?
Is like Randall out?
No,
Then
there's no way Randall's out.
why are they giving them 6 points?
That just seems off,
Seems way
which
off
means you
because
should totally take Cleveland.
yeah, take Cleveland minus 6. Take them. Yeah,
You
because
know what I mean?
they'll probably win by like 13 or 14. Yeah, it's wild. I don't see why it would be 6 points. That's a lot.
So, yeah, I have the Lakers beating Minnesota on Tuesday, so it'll be
Yeah.
Memphis, LA. If Memphis hosts the Lakers, do you see Memphis moving on from round one?
It's gonna be tough because Steven Adams is out. He's been lost for the rest of the playoffs. Or for the rest of the season, I guess. Um It's going to come down to if Anthony Davis is healthy. If Anthony Davis is healthy, I do not see Memphis moving on. I see the Lakers moving on. But if he is not healthy, I see Memphis winning. I think that's like the X factor in this. That's tough, man, because that's a nightmare matchup for Memphis because
Yeah.
they don't have anybody that can match up with LeBron or AD.
Yep.
You got that Kenneth Lofton dude. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
He's a guy who's played in the G League for him for a while, and he was like the undrafted
He
guy.
scored like 42 points today.
Is that what he scored? Dude, did he ball out?
Yeah, he scored like 40 something points today. Yeah.
What? Dude, yeah. So I mean, okay, today. Let's look. 42
Yeah.
and 14 rebounds?
Yeah, dude.
I mean, I know they lost, but like what? Okay.
It's
Yeah,
crazy.
maybe he's gonna help him. So I don't know. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna come down to AD, in my opinion.
Yep.
But ultimately, I probably see them moving on just because AD is made of glass and he'll eventually get hurt. So, yeah.
I see Miami winning and playing Boston. I don't see
Yeah.
Boston having any problems with the Heat.
No.
And it's gonna be most likely Toronto that I feel like moves on to play Milwaukee, don't you think?
Yeah. It's just tough. The Bulls, like, they live and die by if Zach LaVine can put up points. And if he can't, they're gonna lose that game. But Milwaukee's not gonna have any trouble with anybody till it comes to the Eastern Conference Finals, I feel.
Yeah. Okay, so who do you have coming out of the West? Now that we have a good idea what the playoff is going to look like, who do
Yeah.
you have winning the Western Conference?
I'm gonna stay consistent, man. I think I'm gonna stick with the Warriors. I hate to say it, because I do think the Suns have a legitimate chance. It is just scary to think that that team is exactly the same as what they had last year. That's
Yeah,
tough.
if you're the Suns, you actually want to play the Warriors round one. You want
Yeah.
to play when Wiggins is still trying to get back.
Yeah.
And so potentially playing the Warriors, in round 3, I do feel like is more of an advantage towards the Warriors,
Yeah.
just because the Warriors have a different gear. Like they have a totally
Yeah.
different gear come playoffs. Yeah, and I do see Phoenix struggling guarding. Like Sun's biggest weakness is by far their defense.
Hmm.
Whereas I feel like the Warriors tighten up a lot more defensively come playoff
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. And
Uh,
the Warriors have 4 guys that they can go to, which is
yeah,
crazy. So,
yeah. I'm gonna go Phoenix. I think
yeah.
Phoenix makes it happen. I don't feel like it's gonna be the prettiest thing ever, but I feel like they get it done. I think
Okay.
they got two. You can't just blitz Booker anymore. You can blitz Booker, and then you gotta blitz KD. It really is gonna come down to, can Chris Paul hit his open shots,
Yeah.
and can DeAndre Ayton really take care of the paint
Yeah.
defensively and offensively, because he's gonna have opportunities to score, and
Yeah.
he's gonna have opportunities to make it happen defensively. Again, that backside help with KD is gonna
It's
come
huge.
more and more. Yeah, it's gonna be huge. So,
Yeah.
all right, let's move to the Eastern Conference. Who do you have coming out of the East?
Yeah. So, I mean, I know this is just like probably biased, but I got Boston. I think it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to beat Milwaukee. Um, Plus, like, even the second round, like between them and probably the 76ers, um, that's like a decent, that's like a rivalry. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Doc
Yeah,
Rivers used to coach the Celtics. I know that, like, remember the game where Jason Tatum hit the shot and then Joel hit the late, like, 3/4 court buzzer beater, but it was too late, So there's just a lot of rivalry there. But I have Boston coming out of the East just because their depth. That's what I see helping them the best, because Milwaukee is good and their size is freaking amazing, which is what scares me about them. But I don't think their depth is as good as what the Celtics have. Like, the Celtics have basically 4 or 5 guys that can come off the bench that can put up points. So we had Sam Hauser put up 30 plus the other night. I know it was, I mean, today their backups beat Atlanta, So it just, like, I mean, you got Tatum and Brown, you got Marcus Smart, you got Derek White, you have Malcolm Brogdon, you have Grant Williams, you have Al Horford, you have Robert Williams. I mean, dude, there's just like a lot of players on that team that are good.
yeah.
So, yeah, now that I'm like saying it out loud, there's a lot of good players. Like, I knew there was, but you know what I mean. So this is gonna be tough to get past Milwaukee. So
Sorry, I'm gonna go back to the Western Conference. Like, how sad are the Kings gonna be to have that type of season and get booted
yeah,
in the first round?
yeah, it
Like,
sucks.
dude,
Yeah,
talk about, man, that's so
yeah.
sad.
My boss at work is actually a Kings fan, and I was telling him, I'm like, dude, you do not. This was last week. This is before we knew the seating, and I was like, you do not want to play the Warriors. I was like, the Warriors is the worst matchup in the first round. Like, you're an inexperienced playoff team going up against the most experienced playoff team of the last 10 years. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, it sucks. Sucks. They might not win a game.
Oh, man.
Watch them push it, like, you know, like, no, they won't. They're not gonna do that.
Okay, sorry, going back to the Eastern Conference,
Yeah.
I have Milwaukee, and I'll tell
Yeah.
you why.
Yeah.
Boston is, I think, the most capable team of beating Milwaukee in the entire NBA. Like, I
Mhm.
do feel like it is. I do feel like it is. Milwaukee's the best team, and Boston is the second best team.
Yeah.
I don't feel like the Western Conference takes that second best team. Um, but Boston has to play Miami round 1, which,
Yeah.
again, I feel like they'll win, but I do feel like Miami will probably win a game or two. And then
Yeah.
you're most likely going to be playing Philly round 2, which, you know, Joel Embiid is going to win the MVP. Not only that, he's been the leading scorer in the NBA for the last 2 years in a row. Yeah, James Harden. Again, just another tough team
Yeah.
because I feel like Boston doesn't have a true center. Like it's Robert Williams, and Robert
Mike
Williams has been
Muscala.
hurt.
He got Muscala
Okay,
now, but I mean, he can
I
also
just feel like
shoot.
Robert Williams has been in and out. I don't know if you
Yeah.
can really trust on him in the playoffs. And to have to go against Joel without that, I'm hoping Robert Williams is all good to
I
go,
hope
but
so.
that would be tough. And then to have to go Milwaukee, man,
Yeah.
that just seems tough. Whereas Milwaukee will play, most likely Toronto or Atlanta,
That's a sweep.
and then and then they'll play either Cleveland or New York.
Cleveland's the tougher of the two.
But still nothing near Philadelphia.
I
Like
know. Having that 2 seed kind of sucks sometimes.
yes, it matters.
Yeah, it does. It
But
does.
Boston did it last year. Boston had
I
a
know.
gauntlet last year to get to the finals, so they can do it. I
Yeah.
just think odds are not in their favor. So I am going Milwaukee, and I do think it'll be a rematch, Milwaukee Phoenix, and I don't even want to know what happens. I
I
don't even.
yeah. I could see this year's finals being either a rematch of last year's finals or a rematch of the year before's finals.
Yeah,
It's either going to be Boston. In my mind, I'm thinking it's either going to be Boston and Golden State, or it could be Phoenix and Milwaukee, which is great for us. It's great for content.
yeah, yeah.
So
Yep,
it would be great if it was Boston Phoenix. That would be amazing.
yep.
So
Okay, that is our NBA episode for the week. Stay
yep.
tuned for next week for more playoff talk. We'll be going over the games next weekend, so stay tuned for that. If you're not following us on Instagram, TikTok, or on YouTube, go hit us up, subscribe. We appreciate it. Helps us grow this thing. And if you haven't left a review yet on the podcast, do it. We love it. We'll read it to the people. We'll make you famous.
Yep.
So appreciate you guys. Appreciate you listening. And we'll see you next week.
Later.